Good morning everyone. Welcome back to GK today. I hope you all are doing very well, and today we'll be discussing the most important MCQs for 19th and 20th of May 2024. Let's start with our session. The very first question is, which day is celebrated as International Day of Light every year? Here correct answer is 16th of May, that is B option. So International Day of Light is established by UNESCO, and this day celebrates the impact of light on society and technology. And we celebrate this day every year on 16th of May. And in this year, means in 2024, what was the theme? Theme was light in our lives. This was the theme. Okay. Basically, the theme highlights the light's guiding role, and it originated from 2015 United Nations International Year of Light, which was adopted by UNESCO in 2016. So its inaugural celebration was on 16th of May 2018, and it emphasizes the global significance of light science and its application. Okay, so 16th of May is celebrated as International Day of Light every year. Now let's talk about some of the important days and themes. The first question is, what is the theme of National Dengue Day 2024? First of all, National Dengue Day is observed annually on 16th of May, and it highlights the severity of dengue fever, which is a potentially fatal mosquito-borne disease that affects millions of people globally. So this year the theme was Dengue Prevention, Our Responsibility for a Safer Tomorrow. Okay, and the theme underscores the importance of community engagement in combating the disease, and the initiative aims to raise awareness and promote the proactive measures so as to control the dengue outbreak. So it emphasizes collective responsibility for public health and safety. Okay, so National Dengue Day is observed every year on 16th of May. This year the theme is Dengue Prevention and Our Responsibility for a Safer Tomorrow. Which day is declared as the World Football Day by the United Nations recently? Now onwards, 25th of May would be celebrated as the World Football Day. Which day is celebrated as National Technology Day every year? We celebrate the National Technology Day on 11th of May. Which day is celebrated as the World Tuna Day every year? Answer would be 2nd of May. Which day is observed as the World Hypertension Day every year? Here answer would be 17th of May. Fine. Next is, recently who won the gold medal in the men's javelin throw at the 27th Federation Cup Senior National Competition that took place in Bhubaneswar? Here correct answer would be Neeraj Chopra, that is A option, who is an Olympic champion as well. Recently he clinched the gold in his first home competition in 3 years at the 27th Federation Cup that took place in Bhubaneswar on 15th of May. Okay, so despite a hero's welcome in Odisha, he expressed dissatisfaction with his performance in the men's javelin finals despite claiming the top most spot on the podium. Okay, so Neeraj Chopra won the gold medal in the men's javelin throw at the 27th Federation Cup Senior National Competition that took place in Bhubaneswar. Okay, now let's see some of the important winners that were in news. First question is, recently who won the silver medal at the Asian Trampoline Gymnastics Championship? Here answer would be Srishti Khandagle. Fine. Which country recently won 30th Sultan Azlan Shah Trophy? So this trophy has been awarded to Japan country for their awesome performance, and they have defeated the country Pakistan to win this trophy. Okay. Recently, which country's men's team won 11th Thomas Cup by defeating Indonesia? This is the country China. Recently, who won the F1 Japanese Grand Prix 2024? Answer is Max Verstappen. You have to tell me Max Verstappen belongs to which country? Kristina Pliskova, who recently won the Miss World 2024 title, belongs to which country? She is the Miss World for this year, and she is from Czech Republic. Okay. Recently, who has been honored with the Global Excellence Award 2024 for outstanding contributions in education? This is Chandrakant Satija, and he is the founder and CEO of Chandra Admission Consultant, which has received the Global Excellence Award at a Mumbai ceremony. He was honored as the most trusted admission consultant in Vidarbh. With 21 plus years in education, Satija guides the students' careers with quality education, counseling and admission guidance. Okay, so Chandrakant Satija has been honored with the Global Excellence Award for outstanding contributions in education. Let's see some questions regarding awards and honors. Recently, which organization has been honored with the prestigious Geospatial World Forum Leadership Award for public policy enabling the industry development? Here correct answer would be IN-SPACE, which is the India's National Space Promotion and Authorization Center. They have received the Geospatial World Forum Leadership Award for public policy enabling industry development at the 2024 event that took place in Rotterdam. Okay, so Rajiv Jyoti and Kriti Khatri accepted the honor on behalf of IN-SPACE. The award recognizes their groundbreaking efforts in advancing India's space sector and supporting the non-government entities. So JWF Leadership Awards commend innovation and contributions to the global geospatial field since 2007. Okay, here correct answer is IN-SPACE. Recently, which Indian received the Green Oscar Whitley Gold Award 2024? Here answer would be Purnima Devi Burman. Okay. Recently, who has been awarded the title of Grandmaster by FIDE, the International Chess Federation? Answer is Vaishali Ramesh Babu. Okay, Vaishali Ramesh Babu is the 84th Grandmaster of India. You have to tell me who is the brother of Vaishali Ramesh Babu and is he also a Grandmaster or not? Recently, who has been named as the regional winner for the Middle East and North Africa in the 2024 Cambridge Dedicated Teacher Award? This award has been presented to Geena Justice. Okay, and she is from Kerala. She is a professional teacher in UAE. Fine. Recently, which organization has been conferred the Outstanding Public Sector Undertaking of the Year Award? So PSU of the Year Award goes to Hindustan Aeronautics Limited. Fine. Which country recently unveiled the world's first 6G device? Correct answer here is the country Japan. A Japanese consortium has unveiled the world's first high-speed 6G prototype gadget, surpassing 5G by 20 times. So it has been developed by Docomo, NIT, etc. and it can transmit data over 300 feet and 100 Gbps, and now it has been tested successfully indoors and outdoors. 6G is still in developmental stages and it is not ready yet for commercial use. Despite its impressive speed, there are inherent drawbacks in the network technology. Fine. So the world's first 6G device has been unveiled by the country Japan. Now let's see some international current affairs. Robert Fico, who was recently injured in a shooting incident, is the Prime Minister of which country? Here correct answer is the country Slovakia. He is the Prime Minister of Slovakia country and he is in stable condition after being shot 5 times in a politically motivated assassination attempt in Handlova. Okay, so he was attacked by a writer while greeting the people and he underwent emergency surgery later on. Security officers quickly apprehended the suspect and no one else was injured in the incident. So since Robert Fico was in news, you can be asked about him that he is the Prime Minister of which country? Your answer is Slovakia. Igla-S defense system recently seen in the news is developed by which country? Correct answer is the country Russia. Actually, Indian Army is set to receive the new Russian Igla-S system by the end of May and it has been developed by Russia. It is a handheld for individual or crew use, targeting low-flying aircraft, cruise missiles and drones. Components include, for example, 9M342 missile, then 9P522 launching mechanism and etc. So with a range of 500 meters to 6 kilometers, the altitude capability is 3.5 kilometers and it enhances the India's air defense, which is very crucial in mountainous areas, right? So here correct answer is Russia. India Skills Competition 2024, which is the country's biggest skilling program, recently started at which place? This competition recently started in New Delhi. Kami Rita, who recently became the first person in the world to climb the Mount Everest 29 times, belongs to which country? Kami Rita recently became the first person in the world who has climbed the Mount Everest 29 times, and he is from the country Nepal. Recently, which country has become India's largest trading partner, surpassing the US in financial year 2024? So China has surpassed the country US, and now China is the India's largest trading partner. Okay. Kamla Beniwal, who recently passed away, was the first woman minister of which Indian state? So Kamla Beniwal was Rajasthan's first female minister, and recently she passed away at the age of 97 years in Jaipur. She was a freedom fighter as well, and in the year 1952 she became an MLA serving 7 terms. Okay, so at the age of 27 she became Rajasthan's first female minister. Also, she held various ministerial roles in Congress governments, including the Deputy Chief Minister in 2003. Fine. So Kamla Beniwal has recently passed away, and she was the first woman minister of Rajasthan state. Now let's see some women related current affairs. Recently, Ida Sisha Nongrang has been appointed as the first woman Director General of Police of which Indian state? She has been appointed as the first woman DGP of the Meghalaya state. Recently, who became the first woman Vice Chancellor of Aligarh Muslim University? This is Professor Naima Khatun. Okay. Recently, who has been appointed as the first woman High Commissioner to India by Britain? Answer is Lindy Cameron. Judith Suminwa Tulka, recently seen in the news, became the first woman Prime Minister of which country? She is the first woman Prime Minister of Democratic Republic of Congo. Who has been appointed as the first woman Chief Justice of Uttarakhand High Court? Answer is Ritu Bahari. Fine. Kadar tribes, recently seen in the news, mainly belongs to which region of India? So the recent death of Kadar tribesmen in Tamil Nadu's Anamalai Tiger Reserve due to an elephant attack has actually shocked the indigenous communities and the conservationists there. So Kadars is a small tribal group that is found in usually South India. They have historically coexisted with the wild elephants, and they are traditional forest dwellers residing along the borders of Cochin in Kerala and Coimbatore in Tamil Nadu. Fine. So they totally rely on forest resources for their sustenance, and they practice specialized trades like honey collection for the trade. Okay. So Kadar tribes mainly belongs to South India. Okay. Now let's see some tribes that were in news. First is the Shompen tribe, recently seen in the news, primarily resides in which region? This tribe primarily resides in Great Nicobar. Okay. Haki Piki tribe, recently seen in the news, is predominantly found in which Indian state? It is found in Karnataka. Longti festival, recently seen in the news, celebrated by the Nishi tribe of which Indian state? Longti festival is celebrated in the state of Arunachal Pradesh, and it is celebrated by the Nishi tribe people. Konda Reddy tribe, recently seen in the news, is primarily inhabits in which state of India? They are found in Andhra Pradesh. Fani Yava tribe, recently seen in the news, is mostly found in which Indian state? They are found in Karnataka. Okay. Bulava intercontinental ballistic missile, recently seen in the news, is developed by which country? Here answer is Russia. Russian president has fortified the nation's military by introducing the Bulava, which is a new nuclear capable missile, into the arsenal. So this RSM-56 Bulava has been designed by the Moscow Institute of Thermal Technology. It is a 3-stage solid propellant submarine launched intercontinental ballistic missile. It measures 12.1 meters in length and 2 meters in diameter with a launch mass of 36.8 tons. It is capable of carrying up to 10 MIRVs, and it boasts a range of 8,300 kilometers, and obviously it would enhance the accuracy. Fine. So this Bulava intercontinental ballistic missile belongs to the country Russia. Now let's see some of the important missiles that were in news. First question is, recently Japan collaborated with which country on a hypersonic missile intercepting system called as GPI project? So Japan has collaborated with US on this project. What is Army tactical missile system, recently seen in the news? It is surface to surface artillery weapon. Rampage missile, recently seen in the news, is developed by which country? It has been developed by Israel. Recently, which country has tested the Pyolji 1-2 anti-aircraft missile? This is the missile from North Korea. P-800 Onyx missile, recently seen in the news, is developed by which country? It belongs to Russia. Okay. Global report on internal displacement 2024 recently published by which organization? Here correct answer is Geneva-based Internal Displacement Monitoring Center, and in the year 2023, global internal displacement rose to 75.9 million from 71.1 million the year before, as per this report. Okay, and the report cites 7.7 million displaced by disasters and 1/4 due to earthquakes. Okay, further 68.3 million were displaced because of some type of conflict. Sudan, Syria, then DRC, Colombia and Yemen house nearly half of the internally displaced peoples. Okay, the country Sudan alone records 9.1 million such people, with new displacements concentrated in Sudan, Palestinian territories and the Democratic Republic of Congo. Okay, so what's inside the report is not at all important. Only thing you have to remember is this is the report from Geneva-based Internal Displacement Monitoring Center. Now let's see some of the important reports that were in news. The first question is World Wildlife Crime Report 2024 recently released by which organization? This report has been published by United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime. Okay, according to the Henley and Partners Report 2024, which Indian cities have been included in the top 50 wealthiest cities of the world? These cities are Mumbai and Delhi. Can you tell me what was the rank of Mumbai and Delhi in this report? According to Global Electricity Review 2024 report, India surpassed which country to become third largest solar power generator? This is the country Japan. Which organization recently released a report titled as Amplifying the Global Value of Earth Observation? Answer is the World Economic Forum. Headquarters lies in Switzerland. According to recently released OECD report, what is the expected growth rate of India's economy in 2024 to 25? As per this report, India's economy is expected to grow at 6.6% in this time period. Okay. What is the name of operation recently launched by Uttarakhand Police for smooth conduct of the Kedarnath Yatra? So Uttarakhand Police has initiated Operation Maryada amidst the influx of devotees for the Char Dham Yatra in Kedarnath. The operation aims to uphold the decency and purity during the journey, targeting misconduct and substance consumption. District Police rigorously enforced the operation, issuing 25 challans within the initial 4 days of the yatra. Okay, and this crackdown basically aims to ensure the sanctity and orderliness in the pilgrimage, which would enhance the spiritual experience for all the participants, right? So Operation Maryada has been launched by Uttarakhand state. Why? For smooth conduct of Kedarnath Yatra. We will talk about some of the important operations that were in news these days. First is, which armed force has recently launched Operation Sadbhavna in North Sikkim? This is Indian Army. Recently, which Indian naval ship visited Vietnam as a part of Indian Navy's Operation Deployment? This is INS Kiltan. INS Kiltan recently visited the Vietnam country as a part of Indian Navy's Operation Deployment. Next is, Bamboo Bucket Operation recently seen in the news is associated with which Indian state? It is associated with Uttarakhand. What is the official name of Israel's operation for intercepting drones and missiles that were launched by Iran? It is Operation Iron Shield. Okay. Recently, which Indian naval ship seized 940 kgs of narcotics in the Arabian Sea as a part of an operation led by the Combined Maritime Forces? This is INS Talwar. INS Talwar has seized this much amount of narcotics in the Arabian Sea as a part of this operation. Okay. Last question is, Sunil Chhetri, who recently announced his retirement, belongs to which sport? Sunil Chhetri is India's revered football star, and he will retire from international football after India's match against Kuwait that would be taking place on 6th of June. Okay. So as the captain of the Blue Tigers, he has been a pivotal figure who is known for wearing jersey number 9, and Chhetri debuted professionally with Mohan Bagan in 2002, and then he played internationally since 2005, right? His career included stints in the MLS and Portuguese League, marking a remarkable journey in Indian football history, right? Sunil Chhetri has recently announced his retirement and he is a football player. Now let's see some of the important players who have recently announced their retirement. Tennis player Dominic Thiem, who recently announced his retirement, belongs to which country? So he is from Austria and recently he has announced his retirement. He is a tennis player. Cricketer Colin Munro, who recently announced his retirement from international cricket, belongs to which country? Answer is New Zealand. Cricketer Ben Wells, who recently announced his retirement, belongs to which country? He is from England. Saurabh Ghoshal, who recently announced his retirement, is associated with which sport? Saurabh Ghoshal is a squash player. B. Sai Praneeth, who recently announced his retirement, is associated with which sport? He is a badminton player. Fine. These are some of the important personalities or the sports person who have announced their retirement recently. So these are the most important current affairs and the news from today. And now let's start with today's quiz. Here on the slide you can see 5 questions which have been taken from the past 2-3 days current affairs. Pause the video and try to solve each of these questions. And at the end of the lecture, do not forget to share your scores in the comment section. So please be honest and do not cheat with yourself. So that's it for today. I hope you have liked the session. These were the important news and events from today, and we will meet again tomorrow with some more important current affairs. Till then, stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching, and please do not forget to subscribe to GK Today. With this, me Nuzhat Sana signing off.